Hello Cruising World, Mick the Suit Guy with you. It's Monday. Monday is Tips Day. And this week I have part 2 of tips from Walter and Yolanda. And then I've got one from Dave. And then I got one, maybe 2 from myself. We'll see how the time goes. So last week we gave you 2 tips from Walter and Yolanda. And this week we got their 3rd and 4th ones. Hurrah! So let's see what they got to say this week. Remember, I have not read these. We're going to read them and react as we go. All right, here we go. Number 1. Cruising to Cabo San Lucas during whale season. I've done this a few times. If you are on a cruise that includes Cabo San Lucas, December to April, in a balcony, make note of what side of the ship you are booking if you want to see whales. If you are cruising into Cabo from the north, then whale watching is best on the port side from about an hour to an hour and a half before arriving. If you are cruising into Cabo from the south, typically on a 7-day with a short Cabo day, then the starboard side is better for whale watching after leaving Cabo for about an hour to an hour and a half. If you are not in a balcony, then just go to a top deck on the same sides as we have referenced, and there's a good chance you will see them. Okay, so many questions. Number 1, how many times have you done this to know that? Number 1. Number 2, okay, I get it. You're saying on a 7-day with a short Cabo day, you approach from the south. How do you know? Do the whales suddenly decide what side they're going to be on? Oh, the ship is coming from over there. We got to go that side. Or the ship is coming. I don't know. I'm not making fun. I'm just confused. I'm not the most intelligent person in the world, and I have the world's worst sense of direction. If you put me out on the street right now, I wouldn't know which way was north. Let me put it that way. I am terrible. Plus, education-wise, I left school when I was 15. I have no qualifications. I come from the school of life. But yeah, I mean, I'm sure that's 100% accurate. But I no idea where you came up with that one. So I'm very impressed. I may, if we've done that itinerary quite a lot, probably won't be doing it again in any time soon. But if we do, that's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to put you to the test and see if that is correct. And if I don't see a whale, let me put it another way. If I'm coming in on a 7-day with a short Cabo stop, and I go on the starboard side, and the whale comes up on the port, oh, you're going to hear from me. I want my money back. No, I'm just kidding. That's interesting. Actually, having said that, we don't do balconies much anymore. We really only do balconies when we're on like an exotic, quote-unquote, cruise, without wanting to sound arrogant. Like, we're doing one on Celebrity from Bali to Mumbai via Singapore and all other places on the way, and we're going to get a balcony there because I want to take everything in. But we've been to the Caribbean so many times now, and the Cheers package kicks in a lot more on those cruises for me than it does on a very port-intensive itinerary like the one I just described. So I love my sea days, but I also love my lie-ins, and there's no better sleep than an interior cabin sleep, because when you wake up, the sunlight, I'm a very light sleeper, so the sunlight is not going to wake me up. And I'll sleep until 7:30, which is unheard of for me. Also, I will add this as a little self-promotion, because we actually done the whales in Cabo, so I know they're definitely there and it's awesome. We actually did a whale tour, a local tour, but not a ship one, a local one, small boat, and the whale actually breached about 20 feet from us. And I have a video on my channel, if you look it up, it's Things to Do in Cabo. So you'll see that video, and then at the end of it, you'll see the pictures that the crew gave us of the whale breaching, because we weren't quick enough. Which leads me to another question for the crew. I know that wasn't the actual whale. I know that's a picture of a different whale, but for all arguments and intents and purposes, we saw a whale do that, so it didn't necessarily have to be that one. But it did happen, we did see it. I'm just 99% sure it wasn't that particular whale, because unless they were really quick and managed to get that same picture fully developed by the time we got back to shore. I left school at 15, but I weren't born yesterday. Born in 1966. I was alive when England won the World Cup. Leave that one there. All right, whale watching tips. Right, number 4. Oh, it's a cruise tradition. It's a cruise. Ring the bell. We haven't had a cruise tradition in quite some time. So I ask you for your tips. I also ask you for your cruising traditions. What I mean by a cruising tradition is, what do you always do on a cruise? And it's just your tradition. Like for us, it's the inflatable ships, which we're running out of. I've now got frisbees we're going to start getting the crew to sign when we do a bar crawl. So they're all signed by crew members. All right, pre-travel day, late afternoon, lunch/dinner. Of our 28 cruises together, we have always driven to the cruise port as we are both not fond of flying. Oh, people are crazy with driving in this country. I hate long distance driving. I drove 4 hours to Miami the other day. I was so bored. We drove from San Diego to St. Petersburg where we moved a couple of years ago. 3 days. It was hell. But I'll go on these cruises and people will say, oh yeah, how did you get here? What time did your flight get in? Oh no, we drove from Chicago. Or we drove from Pittsburgh or Ohio. I'm like, what? Crazy people. 4 hour absolute max. So I hope, Walter and Yolanda, you're not driving more than 4 hours. Because you get tired. Take it easy. Or have a lot of drinks, get in that plane, sleep, and then get off. There is this though, if you think about it, unless you're traveling a long, long way, if you're doing a 4 hour drive, it's probably quicker than flying. By the time you drive to the airport, go through security, wait for the flight, get on the flight, fly, get off, wait for your bags. There's a limit. There's a limit. 4 hours. 4 hours is my limit. Anyway, that being said, I digress. We always drive to the port the day before our cruise and stay overnight where we can leave our vehicle for the duration of the cruise. Don't fly or drive in the morning of your cruise unless you live fairly local. Way too much risk, especially flying. Not wanting to be in a rush or panic on our travel day, we make sure everything at home is in order. We make sure the kitchen is clean, all dishes are cleaned and the dishwasher unloaded and everything in the house is in order before our travel day. With everything clean and house in order, our cruise tradition is to go out for late lunch, early dinner at a local restaurant we like and have an early pre-cruise celebration dinner or lunch, and our vacation starts right there 2 days before our cruise. We don't have to worry about dirty dinner dishes or anything at home the evening before our travel day. Perfect. Love it. We are the complete opposite, but I think your idea is much better. We are the ones are up at 1 a.m, finishing cleaning the house. Well, Julie is. She won't let me clean because I'm rubbish, apparently. I don't know. I try. But yeah, that's a great idea. I like it. That's one thing a lot of people don't factor in also is, and this is kind of a going against what the tip is, but remember this, when you're gone, all your house expenses are not happening. You're not paying for food, you're not paying for electric, gas, unless you leave your AC on. Most of your bills are not charging while you're gone. Think about that. Most, some of them. Factor that in every time. But yeah, I love that. I love that. Yeah, we're the worst. We're the worst for that. I think I'm going to take your tip on the whales. You better be right. And I'm going to take your tip on that. Where would we go? What's our favorite restaurant near us? Where would I go? That's one thing. I love living where I am, but there's not a huge number of really good restaurants. If I was in San Diego, it would be In-N-Out. Hello. But yeah, I don't know here. Don't really have a favorite must-go-to place. Oh yeah, Pub Sub. Pub Sub. Yep, that's what it would be. Normally, when I pick Julie up from the airport, because she still works in San Diego a lot, we pick up a Pub Sub on the way home. Yep, that would be it. That would be it. All right, love it. Good one. Well done, Walter and Yolanda. Well done. Send me yours. Cruising traditions are a wonderful thing. Right, that was the good part. Now we move on to Dave. And Dave said the other week, I've checked your inbox, I've sent you some tips. Didn't get any. I had to put reminders out, and eventually he sent me what looks like one, because it's like 3 lines. And we all know it's probably not going to be good, because we've all, if you've watched this show long enough, you know, if Samantha, Dave's wife, sends the tips, they're usually pretty good. When Dave sends them, not so much. In fact, before I read this, I'm going to predict it's not very good. So I've just had a brainwave. And maybe I'm prejudging, and if I'm wrong, I'm wrong, and I will always admit if I'm wrong. I think we're going to have, instead of weekly tips, 1 week, we're going to have Dave would send this tip in. So I'd like you to send me your worst tips, right? We did this on the 100-year one. This will be slightly different. Send me a tip of something you did, and you're like, oh God, why did I do that? Something like that. I don't know. Could be really embarrassing. Like something you regretted doing. And that would probably fit Dave to a T. We'll see. I'm going to predict. And he, look, he even puts a little picture of himself when I print it out. Little picture there. Cruise tip. If you choose to park in a port, you must, in uppercase, remember to remove any soda from your car, whether sealed in a container or an open cup from a fast food restaurant. If you do not, you'll be welcomed back to a lot of ants. To those unfamiliar with the ants, fire ants do bite, in uppercase, and oh boy, does it hurt. As I predicted, ladies and gentlemen, was that a tip? Or was that just something he did that was embarrassing? Which is typically the route we go with Dave's tips. Correct me if I'm wrong. If you thought that was a good tip, say so in the comments. Who doesn't? Who leaves stuff in their car when they're going on a cruise for a few days? Every normal person checks the car to make sure they've got everything out. Did I leave my keys in the car? Oh look, there's a cup of soda. I'm not going to leave that for 10 days or 7 days or whatever it may be. Let me take that out and throw it away. You know, I'm just saying. So yes, I think that follows now I'm even emphasized even more on what I just said. We're going to do a tribute to Dave tips week, where you're going to send me the most embarrassing thing that you've done, like an anti-tip. You know, like I don't know, what have I done? Well, I do a lot of things that are embarrassing to most people, but they are not embarrassing to me. It could be the day you did the hairy chest contest and regretted it. I don't regret it. Could be the day you sung terrible karaoke and regretted it. I don't regret it. So I can't really enter into this because I don't do anything that's normal either. But you know, whatever you think you should do. And tell me, if you think that was a good tip from Dave, please tell me. Put me in my place. I'm kind of mean to Dave sometimes, but that's why. That is why. All right, I've got a couple of tips. I'm actually going to save one of these for next week because it's quite complex. I want to explain it better than I probably could right now because I'm on tilt, frankly. So I'm going to give you a simple tip this week. And this is one I found out because I was doing some research for a video I'm going to do where I'm going to do a comparison between the Carnival and Royal's perks. See which one works out to be better. I haven't really done enough to work out which one it is yet, but I got a pretty good idea which one it's going to be with everything that they're taking away from Carnival these days, but we'll leave that there for now. But as I was doing the research, I saw one thing that I did not know, and I learn all the time. I thought that the big bottle of water, right? Personally, I thought it was part of getting on the Cheers package. I didn't know if you are a red card and above, every cruise, you can get one big bottle of water for free. Ask at the bar, ask in the dining room, you know, you are entitled to that. Did you know that? Or is that something I should have known? I don't know. So why they don't include blue is beyond me. There should be one for everybody. I don't really understand that. But, you know, you think you want to impress the new people so they come back. If I was a brand new cruiser and I saw that everybody else got a free bottle of water and I didn't get one, I might be a bit upset. I don't know. But then again, if I didn't get $25 casino, oh, stop it. Moving on. Yes, so the 1.5 litre bottles of water, the big ones, everybody that's red card and above gets one on every cruise. I saw it when I was going through the comparison. So if you don't believe me, because I didn't believe me, that's where I found it, on the perks page on Carnival. You can go to carnival.com and you can look at your profile and you'll see it there. Benefits, my benefits. And it's all listed and you can follow it down and it's like near the top. Near the top. Everybody gets one. Yeah, so there you go. My tip would be, because most people don't even drink that or don't feel like they want it, but going back to the tip that Dawn gave last week about leaving bottles of water for the room steward and stuff, they pay for those waters. Big ones, they will love them. So get your bottle of water each, leave it for the room steward, or give it to a random crew member, you know. They appreciate it because they don't get them automatically. All right, good. Well done, Walter and Yolanda. I keep saying what Yolanda. So. Well done, Walter and Yolanda. Well done, me and Dave. I have no words. Subscribe to this little channel if you like it. Hit that little bell, you'll get notifications when new videos come out. I do one every Monday, one every Thursday, one every Saturday, tips on a Monday, cabin on a Thursday, and I just uploaded enough cabins to last through next July. Got to keep them coming. And Saturday will be like a port video or a ship tour or something like that. But send me your tips, send me your cruising traditions, just like Walter and Yolanda did, and send me any questions you may have. My email is coming up at the end of this video. And with that, I will see you later, Cruising World. Any questions? Email me anytime. cruisingsuitguy@gmail.com. I promise I'll reply as soon as possible. Want to book a cruise or any type of travel? We are travel agents. Check out our site, elitetravelconnection.com, or email me, Mick, at elitetravelconnection.com. We are here for you. Finally, subscribe, please. Pretty please. You know you want to. Go on. I won't beg you. Okay, I'm begging. Please. Subscribe. Thank you.